Hey guys, RCrockin here again. And, well, you're gonna need to see this video. And the reason I say that is because there has been a load of new vehicles added. A load of new light tanks, 2 new heavy tanks. I guess at the lightweights, wait a second, heavy tanks. That's known as the KV-1S and the KV-85. Now for those of you who don't know, this is the test server. This is the server that they released before all the updates. It usually goes from a week or two of testing, a month up, I believe. It may not be a month, I don't know. But I've never driven the KV-1S, so I'm thinking of driving this one. This video, because or the KV-85, and maybe comparing it when they add it. But I don't know, last time I did that, and I got a lot of views on my video. I might do it again. Anyway, so if you're wondering about the update, stay tuned, because I'm gonna bring a whole list of stuff on here, starting with the KV-85. Alright, so I'm gonna try and do a minute for each one because there's so many tanks. A few minutes, quite a lot of tanks. The KV-85 is the replacement for what is formerly known as the KV-1S, which was known as one of the most overpowered tanks at Tier 6. Now, I never really found the KV-1S to be much of a balance issue. For me, it was like long reload, medium tank, boom, boom, you're dead. But from what I've heard, this thing is actually very fast, and they had a long reload before, and some people just can't deal with that. And you know, I wouldn't put them against them. Yeah, I wouldn't put it against them. I mean, I didn't like the 105 on the M4 Sherman. Yes, shocking, RCrockin does not like the 105 on the M4 Sherman. Anyways, that doesn't have to do with this video, I'll do that in the Sherman video. KV-85 is one of those tanks that's just was a tier 6 tank, or the KV-1S, as it was used to known, that's been since the beginning of the game, and they've replaced it. Now every tank in the game has gotten HD. As you notice, it looks different. And my god, it's beautiful, don't you agree? Look, the seams, the tracks. Of course, they don't put in new suspension for those who run low graphics. Yet War Thunder can do it perfectly fine at 20 FPS, which is what I'm at right now. So if you're wondering what happened to the KV-1S, the KV-1S has now been moved down to Tier 5. And this is a progression. Yeah. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna re-say it. Exit battle quickly. Holy shit, that was close. Anyway. But if I go to the Russian line, over here, look at the KV-1S. KV-1S used to be right here where the T-150 is. And the T-150 used to be where the K-85 is. So yeah, I researched that because I thought, well, I don't really want to go down that line because I hear that the IS-4 is better than the 1S anyway. So I went for the T-150. So they have moved the 1S down to the Tier 5. Now this is off of the KV-1, which I don't understand really why they didn't just let you go from the T-28 to the 1S. Kinda, you know, lengthy route there, but also, I noticed one more thing. I never saw this on the Russian line. Apparently you can go from the T-34 to the 85 to the KV-1 free and the IS. Oh, and the new Russian light tanks. These actually go up to Tier 8. I believe every light tank line now goes up to Tier 8. So there's the LTTB, the T-54, lightweight, and those are 2 new Russian light tanks. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you guys those. But there's the KV-1S, now resting in its nerfed position. For those of you who are wondering what happened to the 122mm gun, let's go ahead and look at it. So you still get the 122, which I didn't bother to buy because I don't use long reload guns. I prefer DPM. Just a medium tank instinct. But look at the rate of fire, 3 rounds per minute. My artillery does better than that. I hate to say it. I'm sorry, but if your tank is firing slower than artillery that is its tier, American artillery that is its tier, there's something wrong. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that reload. Anyway, onto the light tanks. So here are the light tanks that you guys saw in the beginning of the video. Now MT25, I don't know why I bought that really, kinda, yeah, don't need it, I don't have it in my garage anyway. But these here are all the new light tanks. Now okay, no, those aren't new, those two aren't new, that's just, for my account. But what they have added is the LTTB. Now, I immediately like this tank. You see why? It's such a long barrel. Look at the penetration on that barrel, 213mm. Okay, and if I go look at the patent, that's about the same amount that the patent gets. Medium tanks. Now I did test out the M48 because why not? Let's see, go to my M48. 218mm of penetration. It just is absolutely astonishing how much penetration that tank has. Right there. So I'm definitely looking forward to that tank. That's gonna be a fun one. I've actually played it in this, and I like scouts, honestly. I don't know about you guys, but I like scouts. They're kind of fun just to sit back and watch people fail miserably. You know? Either team is fun. Especially when you just, you know, embarrass the crap out of them with spotting mechanics. Moving on. The T-54 lightweight. Now, most of you will know this as, yep, your Joe Average T-54. Nice looking tank in HD, it really is. All they had to do was copy it, the texture of the normal T-54, just change the armor values. That's all they had to do. The thing is beautiful, it really is. I regret not getting a T-54 off the bat, but you know, don't matter. As for crew skills on all light tanks, I recommend 6th Sense as the commander. That way you know when you're spotted. Because why not? Also, because that's important. And that's basically the T-54. It's a T-54 lightweight. So let's move on to the Russian light tank. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Russian? I meant German. Anyway. This is the German light tank. If I did say Russian, I'm very sorry. Russian's on the mind. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm rushing to get this video done. Okay, I need to stop before you'll get mad. Anyway, so this is the new light tank of the Germans, and they kind of fit it in quite odd here. You don't have to go through it to get to the medium tanks, but you know, I guess if you liked the awful Panzer. I have played a game in it. It was quite a nice game, honestly. But it kind of looks like a mini Leopard, and it does lead to the Leopard prototype, so I can imagine it was a smaller version of it. Now it's got a really nice gun. 90mm gun, you know, average penetration for the tier. 190mm, it's kind of like an American tank's penetration. Which means you do have to place your shots. And if you don't know how to pronounce it, it's pronounced Sparpanzer. Because of that accent mark means the R. Anyway. Now, for equipment, I recommend putting fire extinguishers on. You know, crew, medkit, repair kit, you know, standard layout. Always, always put a fire extinguisher in the German tanks. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the new American tanks. Tremors rumble throughout the universe as the M24 Chaffee has been moved. Dun dun dun. This is not the M24 Chaffee. This is the M24 Chaffee, otherwise known as the T-37. Which is quite ironic. But it is HD, which is nice. Nothing better than an HD tank, nothing prettier than an HD tank. All the new tanks are HD, so you don't see any AMX 5100s or M46 Patents are HD. No, they gotta do all this stuff first. Okay, before I start rambling, let's get this over with. So the M24 Chaffee, which in all fairness is this tank, had this fully upgraded gun. It was a great tank, and it still is a great tank. But you will be seeing tier 9 matches only in this. You'll no longer be seeing tier 10s. One of the favorites of Chaffee drivers was to go up to tier 10s and absolutely humiliate the shit out of them. I mean, these guys would get up right behind them and get right below the gun impression. It was great. But this is your average Chaffee. You guys all know about the Chaffee if you haven't had it. Tier 5 American light tank, very good. And moving on. Now this is what the Chaffee is now. That was the T-37. This is the new Chaffee. And it's kind of posh looking, you know, you got the turret there and it just doesn't fit in that much. Now you do get a 96mm gun. Pretty scout tank, you know, not much really to say about it. They actually boosted the top speed of it, so now you can go very fast and get out of harm's way if you're using the scout tank properly, or if you happen so to get spotted, you can back up, as the American tanks are known for their awesome engine power. Now this is the new tier 7 American light tank, the new kid on the block, the M41 Walker Bulldog. Now believe it or not, they did a Chieftain's Hatch on this one, and that's probably why they were doing it, because they were measuring the thickness of the armor. 25mm all around. Don't expect to bounce anything in a scout tank. Scout tank rules. Now immediately what I see of this tank is, I'm sorry, but are you related to the Patton? I mean, this is a very, very sexy looking tank. Look at the road wheels, HD, moves independently, very nice. And it's got the M32 76mm gun as his top gun, and that's actually pretty average penetration. Decent for tier 6 and 7 standards. 7s, you're probably going to have to place your shots. As much as anything else, you're going to be seeing tier 10s in this, since this is a tier 7 tank. Meaning that when you get tiers past 3 tiers up, you can't really go farther. Same thing with the T-49. Now this is the tank that I expect everyone to be using, the 152. I don't really expect anyone to be using the 90mm American gun, if I can go to research. New UI too, by the way. You didn't notice that. Sorry about that, I didn't mention that. But it leads to the T-54E1. And with all American tanks, you actually do get a choice, the light tanks, of a new American light tanks, I should say. You get the choice of the 76mm T91E5, where's the auto-loading gun? I don't think I bought it, but there's an auto-loading gun here. T102. And Chaffee don't actually get that one. Oddly enough, you don't get and on the old chassis. But even the Storts get one. I mean, come on, the Stort gets one? Aww. And by the way, the Stort now has a 37mm gun. There's no 75mm, and there's no new turret, which is very nice, and I think was much needed because that gun was shit. I went through the Stort. I'm not going through it another time. I'm sorry, guys. But on a T49, you do not get the auto-loading gun. As the only one, you have the choice of the 152mm gun launcher, which was meant to be an anti-tank missile launcher, not an actual 152mm howitzer. But since they can't put missiles in World of Tanks, that would be insane. They made it a high explosive shell firing machine. Now you also get, I forgot, if you just click on it, it doesn't do anything now. You get 102 penetration of a 90mm. Now that's decent for tier 8. That's a good. Okay, no, it's not. It's not even decent for tier 6. What am I kidding? You're probably not going to be pinning much of this tank. This tank is definitely your average scout, no doubt about it. And I think that is the last one. But oh wait, there's more. Okay, I just gotta take that. I'm sorry, but I think I'm gonna propose a nickname here, guys, for all the WoT forums. The UFO. This thing's gotta be called the UFO, because just look at it. It looks like a genuine UFO got stuck on top of a tank. Anyways, let's move on to the new HD tanks that they've added into the game. So, for those of you who have loved the Jagdpanzer, or the Panzer. Actually, is this the HD one? I'm pretty sure this one is HD. Let me see if there's another one that might be the other one. Or the Jagdpanther. Yeah, Jagdpanther. Oh, there's only one Jagdpanther, so yeah, this one's HD. I'm sorry, that might be my screen resolution screwing up right there. But rejoice, it's an HD, and I know it doesn't look as HD, but that's because I'm running on low graphics and I don't have high resolution on. And you can see actually here where there's, you know, mud tinted on the sides. And ooh, that's weird. Anyway. So yeah, just your standard Jagdpanther, no real changes made to it. They may have improved the traverse or decreased it. I don't really know, I haven't used this tank before. I have thought of going down the line, but anyway. That's your Jagdpanther for you Germans out there. I'm German too, I like German tanks. Let's move on. And for those of you who love the IS-152, yeah, that's right. Guess what's in HD? And my god, it's a long gun. I knew it was a long gun on this thing, but I'm pretty sure it's the size of a tank. Gun barrel's gotta throw that center of gravity off. Anyway, so you can expect with all these tank to see all these tank. All tank. All tank fella. No. Okay, I'm not gonna do the Russian accent. Okay, I'm gonna do it. You can expect with this tank for each suspension road wheel to move independently of the hull, meaning that each one does not move at the same time, as long as you have the. I can't keep this up. Oh god. As long as you have the improved graphics on. For all of those who's at aware. Okay, now I'm starting to get French fair. For all of you who are unaware, there are this independent road wheel movement only works on HD suspension. Okay, I'm screwed a Russian accent, I can't do it anymore, I forgot what I was doing. Now, I think I'm actually going to play a game in this KV-85 here, because I've never done that before. I'll see you guys there, but I think that's all there is. I'm going to go ahead and make a check here, and I'll do any more recordings of that. I'm going to save time, skip scrolling for the menus. And so I'll see you guys in the KV85 or in another garage slot. And oh wow, the matchmaker really can't do much here. Yep, that figures. Who goes to the test server to play a KV2? This. Oh my god, that thing is beat the shit. Holy crap. There you go. V. Print screen that. There we go, that would be nice. Of course, you know, I can't do without a photo session. Yep, hold it. Hold the mouse up. Oh, that's just perfect. Now, please do be aware that I have never driven a KV1S before. Just pointing that out. So, I could fully suck here. We have an even team on both sides here. But another one of the nerfs, which I forgot to mention, that were caused by KV1S, was the fact, or not the KV1S, KV85, aka the 1S, is that its gun no longer points down any further than 3 degrees. That's right. You have shitty Russian gun depression just like every other Russian vehicle. Your gun dep sucks. Are they really just base camping? Oh dear. Quickly, 1S, quickly! Not 1S, damn it. I want to get in that habit now of calling it a 1S. When it's not a 1S. You guys know what I mean, right? Of course you do. You're my subscribers and all that. I know. Just We've already lost a heavy tank to... Heavy tank, okay. Getting wolf packed over there. Because having to split up on games like this, I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Okay, don't fire on move KV1S. 1S does not approve. Who fires? That KV2 just hit me with armor. Really? You're an idiot, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, that was armor piercing full on. Turret didn't fly off. Server rules. Yeah. That's good too. Get into the trench. I think it's around this way. Or, you know, get yourself in back. Now I got hit by a KV2 of armor piercing. Might as well be YOLO bump. And that's why I don't play test servers. That's why. People that usually play test servers and our last hope. This guy's good. Yeah. You might be smart enough to win the game. again, this is test server, not real server. No one really plays seriously on test server. Keeping them in place. Well, this is this guy's replay. Honestly, if he wins this, I'll be amazed. Holy crap. What is with the ammo racks? My god! Yeah, that team was terrible. That's what you get when you play on the test server, by the way. Oh, it doesn't really dumb down your win rate, so it doesn't matter, honestly. But that's pretty much it. But look at the damage. Look at the scratch damage. That's amazing. That is very well done. Did he do that on this one too? Nah, not as much. Alright, well. This here has been RCrockin. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like. It'd be much appreciated. If you want to see some more of my future content, ooh, that's a nice snapshot right there. If you want to see some more of my future content, please do click the subscribe button. Will be in the top right of my screen. If you want to see some of my past content, go ahead and click the top left button. It'll take you to my channel, which will have different lists of some of my older videos. So, I've been RCrockin, and I'll see you next time.